So even I welcome all of you to today's session that is there at 5 o'clock. Most probably we meet at 5 o'clock. So I, Meenakshi Narula, Principal Shamford Futuristic K-12 School Oraya, founder and CEO for Mentoring the Mentor, so that even we can learn a lot, right? An institute that helps you accelerate your learning curve. You keep on learning. Let us be lifelong learners. And today I will be taking a topic that is innovative tools, right? Techniques for innovative teaching. So how can we make our teaching learning process interesting and engaging? The tools that I will be discussing today, some of the tools we have already discussed, but we have discussed in detail. Today, I'll be talking about strategies. I will be sharing my teaching experience with all of you so that that would be a kind of practical exposure, like how that particular strategy, maybe it is a visible thinking strategy, maybe it is a particular tool, so how it is being used practically in the class, how it is being, you see, integrated in the lesson plan, in the curriculum. So I will be giving you that kind of exposure in today's session. And this session I conducted 2 days ago on AEA, ACE Educators Association platform as well. So we at Mentoring the Mentors would also be beginning with some short-term courses, right? That is a registered under MSME, that is ISO certified institute, right? We will be having short-term courses as well. I mean to say webinars, workshops that you attend, certainly they would enhance your knowledge and you keep on learning. You get certificates too. But when you go for some short-term courses, that involves some asynchronous mode, some synchronous mode of learning, some notes are there, then you have to submit some assignment as well, right? And then accordingly that certificate you get, maybe we can have a course for one month, right? It can be for 5 weeks, it depends upon that. So we are working on developing those courses for all of you. So before I begin today's session, may I request all of you, please share your learning in your circle. If you can share your learning on social media, be it LinkedIn, be it Twitter, Facebook, wherever it is, please do tag us, right? Mentoring the Mentors. Please do tag us, tag me. I'm there on Facebook so that let others also reach us and they can also continue their learning journey and can accelerate their learning curve. So today's session is about so you just give me a go ahead that my screen is visible. So is my screen visible? Tools and techniques for
Yes,
innovative
yes,
teaching.
Ma'am, visible.
Okay, thank you. So tools and techniques of innovative teaching. So first of all, when it comes to tools and techniques, nowadays we are talking about technology integration. Now, why to integrate technology? There are number of reasons. First of all, during this pandemic, we were not having any choice, right, to continue the learning journey, right? So, and another thing is when we talk about digital India, when we talk about empowerment, power to empower. So then obviously we should use all those digital tools. When we talk about sustainable development goals, the global goals, we talk about, you see, integrating these SDGs into our curriculum. When we talk about quality education, SDG goal number 4, it means we are providing the best to our students, right? And there is goal number 12 when you talk about responsible consumption and production, right? If we are unnecessarily wasting a lot of paper, lot of other resources, we can also think about some alternative. Always, if we can, instead of having surveys on paper, that even you will see in the upcoming slides. Like initially I also use paper for conducting surveys, and then I switched to this mode, virtual mode, using Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, and maybe in other resources, so that we will be able to, number one, save the resources. Number two, we'll be able to reach the larger community. It happens somewhere when some people are there, who are unable to fill in those Google forms and all, there, okay, fine, we use paper, we use that kind of manual feedback as well. But even then we reduce that consumption, right? Then we become a part and parcel in achieving SDGs 2030. And here you must have read this term NEP 23.5. That is the article in technology 23.5 in NEP manual that we all have read. We are having it on our PDFs, right? Recently released by CPSE. It article 23.5. It talks about technology integration. So this is what I just wanted to give you a brief introduction. Why technology, right? Now there are a few more things. What is being highlighted in NEP is improving teaching, learning, and evaluation process. We will be, when we'll be following digital education, we'll be following digital tools. Like we will be improving teaching, learning, as well as evaluation process. We will be having number of, you see, plethora of platforms to evaluate the students. When we talk about formative assessment, it's not always pen and paper test. It can be through flip grids, it can be through audio recording, visual recording, it can be, you see, objective type question. It is a mix and match of each and everything when we talk about entry or exit tickets, etc. Now, supporting teacher preparation, like these digital tools help us to prepare for our lesson plans, for curriculum, you see, even for the question papers as well. For the smooth flow of the class, we do go for various tools, we go for various resources, we go for Google, right, and other browsers and all. We just search and we just collect data, right? And professional development as well. We are going through a number of sessions on this online platform. We go for paid sessions as well. We go for free sessions as well, right? We go for synchronous, asynchronous mode. So that helps in our professional development. Next is enhancing educational access. Yes, when we talk about education, anywhere, anytime, that is possible only and only with the help of technology. Another one is streamlining educational planning and management. We just streamline, right? When everything is planned, we are having technology, everything gets systematized, right? So that is another benefit of this technology integration. And here, though there are a number of advantages, I have highlighted those are being highlighted in NEP, right, at that article 23.5, like administration, including processes related to admission, attendance, assessment, everything becomes very easy, smooth, okay, and well managed. Right now, how to integrate, how we can integrate in all these aspects, what all have been mentioned here. See, I would suggest all of you, if you are already exploring this Diksha platform, wonderful. If not, please do go for this Diksha platform by CBSE. You can access it on browser, on your computers, on your laptops, or maybe you can install an app in your mobile devices. You can access to various kinds of resources. Even your students can go and access various kinds of resources. You will be able to get lesson plans. You'll be able to get videos, you'll be able to get some kind of courses as well that are being released by CBSE, NCERT. I mean, time to time, some courses are on experiential learning, competency-based learning, and all. They are all free. You don't have to pay even a single penny for that. Another portal is Swayam. Please go through that Swayam portal as well. You will be able to go through some of the short-term courses through Swayam. Asynchronous mode. I mean, there is no online live classes. Asynchronous mode, there are some courses, you can go through that. Another thing, CBSE and NCERT manuals that are very good for your professional development. You should read those manuals. You can have your PDFs, download it from CBSE website and related to your curriculum, please go through that. And even let me tell you, as I shared with you earlier, like we are going to begin with Mentoring the Mentors book club. There we would be discussing about various books, right? It's not about only private publisher books. It's about basically the CBSE NCERT manuals as well. If you go through those manuals, just for instance, there is a manual on joyful teaching learning, right? Otherwise, if I sit and I start reading, maybe I won't find it interesting if I have to read that big manual like alone. If there is someone with me, like with whom I can discuss, like this is how I am going to implement this very strategy, or maybe I stuck up somewhere that I do not know how to implement this strategy, how to make my classes happy classrooms, how I can make my learning joyful, right? So we are going to begin with that also, where we will be initiating this joyful learning procedure, and then we can make those who would be interested out of all these, like there are 3 groups for mentoring the mentors. If you would be interested, you would want to be a part of that, we can create Google Classrooms or maybe Microsoft Teams. I can add you over there, whatever is comfortable for you, and we will be able to continue with the asynchronous mode discussion as well. We can share our resources. I can share my learning with you. So this is how, I mean, we can make learning really fruitful. Another one is various LMS, learning management systems, that are also being used in our institutes, learning management systems, right? And they make the flow of the classes, flow of the functioning, whether admin or admission or any other thing, very smooth, very flow, whether it's a fee collection, whatever the mode it is. Next is learning apps. There are a number of learning apps available, right? Some of the apps are freely available. Some of the apps are paid. Some of the apps are providing, you see, partially, you see, free version is there, and some of the options, they are available only under the paid version. So we can go through that also if we want. And the last one is digital tools that we all have been talking about constantly past, even you see, many months, right? As and when this pandemic unfolded. So digital tools, we have been conducting number of sessions on that, and I hope you have been using that in your classes too. And again, I would like to make a request to all of you, if you are using digital tools in your classes, kindly take some snapshots if it is feasible for you, and do share with me, share on social media, tag me, like this is the tool that you have used, share your learning with us. I mean, I would suggest, even if you are not using, if you are learning anything and not using it, that will not be of any use. And with the passage of time, we human beings, we tend to forget what we learn and we keep it aside. And even just would like to give one example. Even if we bring one beautiful, it can be a flower pot, it can be a painting in our home, okay, and we hang it on our wall. If it is new, we keep on watching that painting, we admire it maybe for a few days. And as the time passes, if what happens is we even do not realize whether the painting is there or not, right? So it happens with us. So please let us use it. Okay, let us use it and make it a part and parcel of our life. So if you talk about technology integration, there are 4 models shared by the experts. Like there are 4 models that can be used for technology integration. TPAC model, TIM model, TIP model, summer model. I will be just giving you a brief idea about each model. We will not be discussing the same in detail because there would be one full-fledged session on the models of technology integration, right? And it's a TPAC model. As even this pie chart, it explains very clearly, right? Self-explanatory it is: technology, pedagogy, content. When we give equal importance to all the 3 aspects, that is being highlighted by a TPAC model. It should not happen like we have learned number of tools and we just use each and every tool in our class and we do not know about the content. I mean, so content is lost somewhere while when there is overdose of technology. And pedagogy, student-centered learning, should also be taken care of. Like today's session would be on constructivism in pedagogy, that would be held at 7:30 p.m. tonight, right? I hope you would be joining for the same. We'll be learning more about pedagogy. Another model is summer model. In this summer model, the first step is S stand for substitution. Substitution is in general, if I am substituting my physical classroom with this virtual one. Instead of having a chalk, I'm having a styler or maybe a touch screen with me. That is just I am using. Instead of using a chart or a model, I am using a PPT that I'm sharing over there. That is just a substitution. That is the first step, basic step where we are. And then we move on to augmentation. When we bring some changes in that strategy, we make it interesting, we make it interactive, we just involve our students to become a part and parcel of our class. Maybe we help them to brainstorm, they share their ideas, we use chat box, we use various word cloud generators, polls and alls. Like we just involve them in that activity. We go a step further to augmentation. When we talk about modification at the third level, when we tweak that available resources, tools as per our need, right? That is called modification. Now, how we modify it? I mean, if we are using some video, some another tool, I mean, but we are just changing it to as our requirement, not using as it is available over there. We can modify it as per our requirement. I can record my own videos. I can have some animations over there. I may ask the students to collaborate. I may use Flipgrid for that. So number of tools I can use, that is a modification level. And then the last stage in summer model they talk about is redefinition. Redefinition, when we talk about redefinition, is actually totally redefining the system, right? I mean to say here, teacher is not the one who decides like you have to use this strategy. Let the children come up. Let the children come up and let them decide. Let us give them that kind of freedom that they can decide which tool they want to use, which tools they want to go ahead with it. So that is the redefinition level. For example, I just give one you say a project to my students, and I should not be hard and fast in my rules like you have to use only Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. They can go for Wakelet, they can go for Prezi, they can go for maybe another tool for the presentation. They can go for HyperDocs as well, right? Number of tools are available, to let them choose, let them mix and match, right, as per their requirement. So this becomes the final level, the redefinition level. Here is the pictorial representation of summer model. As I told you, I'll just read a few lines that are being written over here. Substitution is technology acts as a direct tool. Substitute with no functional change. We do not make any changes over there. Augmentation is technology acts as a direct tool. Substitute with functional improvement. Little bit of improvement is there. As I told you, we can add on various things. Now next is modification. Technology allows us significant task redesign. We have to redesign our task that we, give some kind of homework to our students, some assignments to our students. So we can give them, ask them to go for collect the surveys, let them design their Google Forms, Microsoft Forms themselves if they are collecting some surveys, right? It's not like the teacher will always be dictating, you have to do this, you have to do that. Let us give our students some kind of freedom. So if talk about redefinition, technology allows for the creation of new tasks, previously inconceivable. All those tasks that we could not do earlier while being using the physical classroom, the physical mode of teaching, right? If we just switch to those kind of tasks, we redesign new tasks as per the requirement of our students and availability of technology, that becomes the redefinition level. Now, technology integration planning, that is a TIP model. It also talks about, it is comparable with the Bloom's taxonomy, right? As you can see in this image, remembering to understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. The topmost level is creating, and the same is being defined by the summer model. Like step by step, we reach to the redefinition level. That is, technology allows for the creation of new tasks. Let the children be creative. As I've already explained, just do not force them. Do not expect like, what do you want? I mean, what you are dictating, they will be doing the same thing. Like it would be like if the children, they are reaching the class. I mean, they know that they are going to do something. Maybe the teacher explains on day one, like, okay, children, tomorrow be prepared, bring your colors, bring your paper and all, and we will be drawing a picture. And the child keeps on thinking the whole night, okay, tomorrow when I'll be going to my class, I'll be drawing this, I'll be drawing a painting, maybe what, and I'll be doing so many things, whatever the child thinks about. And as and when the child enters the class, the teacher, maybe, see, don't take it otherwise. I'm not talking about maybe you are also doing like that, maybe. But if we think about what do we do? When we draw anything on the board, okay, beta, I have drawn this flower. These are the petals. This is the stem, leaves. You have to draw this. Now, where is the child's creativity if we will be drawing all those things? So here, the same thing I'm just going to tell you, let the children be creative. They are very, very creative. Let them come up with different kinds of ideas, right? So next is TIM model, Technology Integration Matrix. See, you may take the screenshot, go through it. It is self-explanatory. Everything is written over there. Like we have to reach from, if we go here, if we have to reach from entry to adoption, adaptation, infusion, transformation level. This is a kind of rubrics. Like we will be get to know at which stage we are. Look here, this site on the last, it is written goal directed. We should be focusing towards a goal, and it should be leading to transformation, right? So please, you may go through this in detail. This one is technology integration planning. When we talk about technology integration planning, in that we keep on revising our strategy time and again. It should not like that we have used one model, one strategy, and we have to stick to that model. No, we have to constantly revise the technology, the strategy used. We have to rework on it time and again. Right? So again, we can change it. We can get the feedback from the students. It may happen like one strategy is being working for a teacher in the class, right? And the same strategy is not working for another teacher in another class. Maybe for me, same teacher, like I'm teaching in section A and B, strategy A, one strategy I'm using in section A is working wonderfully, and the same strategy for me only with different students is not working well. So we have to constantly redesign the strategies that we are using. So now let's come to the innovative teaching strategies. I'll just quickly share here would be my experience after this, these images. We're talking about blended learning. Must have heard a lot about it. Blended learning certainly is a blend of online learning, offline learning, flipped classroom, using digital tools, global connections. I mean, PBL, IBL, all those things when we will be using, that's a blended learning. And I would like to share with you, I have read even some days ago an article by Dr. Atul Nishchal. He wrote very well. Blended learning is like a garam masala, right? When we make garam masala, we make sure like the quantity of each and everything in that garam masala should be fixed. It should not be like the black pepper is more, or maybe fenugreek is less, or maybe whatever it is like that. There should be proper balance of each and everything. So I really liked that metaphor. I just wanted to share the same with you all. The flipped classroom, you know very well, when we give some tasks to the students to be read at home, they should be doing some homework, should be reading it, should be exploring it, collecting the data, and then in the class, they would be analyzing, sorting that data, working on that data, having some discussions over there. Practical experience can be done. So that's kind of flipped classroom. I mean, earlier when we used to give some kind of homework to the students, do this, do that, some research, I mean, any kind of task, I mean, that has been totally flipped. So there can be full-fledged session on the flipped classroom as well, how the same can be done. Now, another is competency-based education. CBSE has conducted number of sessions on CBL, CBE, competency-based education, capacity building programs as well. When we focus on our learning strategy, taking into consideration whatever we are teaching, that should be as per the competency of the learners. It should be a personalized learning. We should not be forcing anything to the students. The student should be able to access the learning, but along with that, that should be connected with the real life, right? And they should be able to understand, they should be able to get it as per their learning styles. So that's competency based education, providing number of opportunities, options for the students to pick and choose. Now here there is something about inquiry based learning. We will be having a session on IBL, we'll be having a session on PBL, 5E model. Then this also we will be having a session on this thing in HyperDocs. Right, visible thinking routines. We have already discussed many of the visible thinking routines in the last session. Right, and here is a design thinking model. See, one full-fledged session can be conducted on that. I'll be just sharing with you a few glimpses of this design thinking model. How did we do that? This design thinking approach, this model has various steps, right? As it was shown in the previous slide, this one. We empathize, we define, ideate, prototype, test, we implement, right? Usually, if you belong to industry, you must be knowing in industries, we use this design thinking approach. Now we use in our classes as well. We have to empathize a lot. We have a problem. We have to solve the problem, right? We have to discuss, first of all, the problem with the students, like this is the problem. And we are not defining it, but we have first get to know what exactly the problem is, where does it lie? Then we have to empathize. So for my topic, the problem was management of, non-biodegradable substances. That was the problem. We went to the nature, lab of the nature. We just collected some data. It's called Gemba. Gemba is a real place. It's a Japanese term. It means you cannot solve a problem if you are sitting in the four walls of a room. You have to go to the place where the problem lies. Empathize in the lab of nature. Children went, children collected data, right? And last time we visited like that, and this time we continued the same on a virtual platform. We conducted virtual field trips with our students. Even can you imagine children sitting at home and they are able to visit the nook and corner of the school as well. I mean, various places wherever the teachers were residing. They even conducted the online classes to give that kind of exposure to the students. So they started the same with sorting biodegradable, non-biodegradable substances from their own bags, checking their geometry box. How many things are made up of non-biodegradable substances? How many things they can really replace, right, with another one? They can always have some substitutes. Now here also they are sorting. And look here, this strategy. I have used here the strategy, see, think, wonder. Right, they are examining the dustbin. They saw, they thought, they wondered. Why like that? Why we are wasting the food? Why there is so much leftover food over here? Why are we throwing the garbage in a single bin? Right, so many questions were there in their mind. So we use this kind of strategy to foster thinking, right, for making thinking visible. Another strategy that we use is think, pair, share. After examining that dustbin, we just continue with the think, pair, share strategy. The children thought on their own, they jot down their points, and followed by pairing and sharing of the thinking with the whole class. First in pairs and then with the whole class. And another strategy we used is think, puzzle, and explore. What we did is the children, they thought what is to be done, what is the problem, right? They thought about it, and then wherever they were puzzled, like how to solve it, they were not able to get the answers of each and every question on their own. So the next step lies is explore. They had to explore. Now, how to explore? Where to explore? They just jotted down all the points. Like they may have to, if there is some question, there is some puzzle, where will they get the answer from? Do they need to go to library? Do they need to talk to the teacher? Do they need to go and Google it, right? What topic they need to read for it, with whom they can discuss, group discussions, maybe the parents, maybe the neighborhood can help. So these things they just jot down like where and how they can explore. This is another teamwork strategy. Now, then we did this prototype testing. We all pledged, yes, we will not be using plastic at all, right? We will be trying our level best to minimize the usage. And then here, when we talk about subject integration, fact finding, the children, they collected the news papers, the cuttings and all the news that was related to garbage disposal. They just collected, they sorted it out. Connect, extend, challenge. That is another visible thinking routine. They connected their problem with the problem that was highlighted in the newspaper. This is how they extended their learning to a step further. And what all challenges were there with them in understanding, in sorting those problems they discussed, and the facilitator guided them to do that. Yes, subject integration, we integrated here learning sciences, and we integrated the same with mathematics, arts, and languages. They are collecting data, they are finding facts, they are analyzing it, representing in the form of graphs. So that is mathematics integration. Because that there is art also involved, their aesthetic sense is also visible. Art integration was there. They presented their thoughts, their ideas. So here it is, you see their creativity is being reflected. They are speaking, their communication skills are being developed. So language is also integrated. They are thinking critically. They get some opportunity to think critically and come up wonderfully with different kinds of ideas. So here we are fostering all 21st century skills, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and obviously the communication as well. So here you go. And again, you see the beauty of this model is time and again, we can go back and we can start empathizing again. So here is managing biodegradable waste. They visited the compost pit. They were there in the school. We had interaction with the gardener. He has given some insights into how the compost is being prepared. We conducted 3-to-1 strategy as well for just getting the feedback of our students. This is another visible thinking routine. 3-to-1. It can be, you see, improvise in a number of ways, right? So we planted trees also. That's Project Haryali in the July month. First week of July, we conduct this. So luckily, I mean, that was the month of July was going on and we conducted that. We just correlated with our activity. We did it number of times. It's not once a year. We did it number of times. And you see, this is another strategy I would like to share with you all. They also they not only planted the saplings, but also adopted them, given the names to them. Yes, this plant belongs to me. I have to take a lot of care. Daily they watered those plants, taken care of, and you see there was a sense of belongingness. So another, again, we empathized. And then because you see, unless until you solve the problem, you get solution, you need to re-empathize time and again. We had interaction with the housekeeping staff in our school. And we discussed, ask them, how are you managing the waste? The children, they are asking them questions. The questions are being developed by the students only. So here we are fostering the process of thinking. It's not the teacher who is giving them the ready-made questions. They are asking relevant questions. They are developing their questions. So this is how it is being done. We collected surveys, Swachhta survey, how Swachh we are, how environment friendly we are. Like last time we did on paper, we collected data from the staff as well, from parents, from neighborhood. And this time we switched to various another modes, Google Forms, Microsoft Forms. Then we empathized, share what we learned with others. This is peer tutoring. 6 class students, they are teaching class 4 students because this topic is also same. Why the teacher has to teach? Let the students teach. Let the students share the experience. That would be kind of peer tutoring and would certainly enhance their knowledge, their learnings. peer tutoring. They engage them through different kinds of activities as facilitated by the teacher. Then we went for cleanliness drive as well, being a part of that. So these are all techniques of teaching where you can give the students practical exposure, experiential learning when we talk about. When we talk about this art integration, you see the students, they whatever activities they were doing, they just presented there on the display boards as well. This is another amazing activity. Even you can also go through, you can also conduct in your classes. You may give them, even right now, if you are not there, you can instruct the students. They can also do the needful. In summer, there are a lot of fruits, and all those seeds can be converted into seed bombs. And you see in this month when rains have already been started, so they can just throw here and there, and as and when they get the favorable conditions, they can grow into beautiful plants, adding greenery to our environment. We correlated the same with Swachhta Pakhwada as well. That is being conducted in the month of September. So let me tell you one thing. It's a kind of project-based learning, PBL. PBL is not meant for a week or maybe 10 days. It goes on for months. And some of you might be thinking like that would be disturbing the completion of the syllabus if we'll be focusing on these kind of activities. Let me tell you, I conducted all these activities being a teacher, right? And being while even completing the whole syllabus also that was there. So this, it depends upon the teacher, how you manage, how you plan. I would like to share one thing with you. I have read somewhere and I have implemented too. My principal used to say when I was in school, she used to say, plan your work and work your plan. Really, we have to spend a lot of time on planning, and then implementation becomes very easy. So there are some another tools that we use on this virtual platform, Flipgrid. Children, even if they are allowed, they can go for tweets also. But for the younger ones, we do not allow, like they should be going for tweet and all. But they shared their parents shared their learning, whatever they were doing through their tweets, through Instagram, right? And Flipgrid has already being used to give the students voice and choice. Right, so this we used. Now assessment we conducted through Padlet. We have already shared, we have already discussed how to use the Padlet. Some Nukkad Natak street plays were also conducted. Some kind of worksheets are there. And if you talk about 21st century skills, there is a wonderful thing, is virtual reality, augmented reality. That is an amazing part. If some of you are already using in your classes, nothing like that. That is wonderful. Please go and watch a YouTube video, which is an elephant in the classroom. So that is a wonderful video. Go and watch it and you will be able to get your own AR, VR using maybe Arlupa app. ARLOOPA. There is a Arlupa app. You can use that, or simply go and Google it and just search over there 3D animals, 3D objects. You will be able to get those objects. You can click pictures with them. So that's amazing, right? And there are some digital tools. Let us quickly have a glance over there. Wordwall.net, we have already discussed. This is interesting, impressive and engaging activities you can plan over there. This screenshot that I have taken, it is of a paid platform where you can conduct more than 60 types of games. In free version, you will be able to, design up to, maybe there are 26 templates which you can use, and number of games you can do. So this is the snapshot of paid version app. So this is the game that I created for my students to label the parts of the plant on Wordwall. And you will be able to get a leaderboard, timer, everything is available, right? This we have already discussed, learningapps.org. I have already shared my tutorial with you how to use learningapps.org. There are plenty of quizzing tools available for gamification, Quizlet, Quizzes, Kahoot, Google Forms. If you want to use interestingly, you can add videos over there, MCQ. That will also be a wonderful, like it depends how are we using it. There can be one full-fledged session in the coming days. We will be conducting on Nearpod as well as Peer Deck. If you would be interested, we will be conducting session on that. If you already know, nothing like that. Digital board, we already conducted one session on Padlet. And bookcreator.com. Some of you even asked, like, you want to have a session on that. Yes, we will be having it again. Plotagon is another wonderful tool. We will be having one session on that also in the upcoming days. And this is a Padlet we used for, you are already, you see, uploading your feedback for the sessions that you attend on this platform, mentoring the mentors on this Padlet. This is how they appear. And the concept mapping, this is how it looked like on this Padlet, right? This I've already shown you. So they are some of the digital tools that I just shared with you. Canva is a very popular one. You can go for Canva as well. That is also a free tool. You can go for presentations, brochures, mind maps, anything you can create, worksheets, lesson plans, posters, etc. Facebook or maybe Instagram posts and all. You can go for Canva. You can explore. There are a number of simulations, not only physics, chemistry, and biology, but math and English as well. PhET is also very good for sciences and mathematics. Brainstorming tools. Some of the brainstorming tools, please take a snapshot. You can go for Mentimeter, Word It Out, Word Clouds, Wise Mapping, Mind Genius, Poplet, Linoit, Mind Master, Coggle, The Brain. There are a number of tools. You can explore these tools. Thank you, all of you, for listening to me. I hope you have liked this session. You have enjoyed learning about tools. If you have any questions, please, you may ask, you may unmute yourself, and we can have quick Q&A. And even may I request you to please, if you can come on the screen too for maybe a few minutes, if you can.
Hello, ma'am. Can I say?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yes, Meenakshi, ma'am. I have been regularly attending your sessions for about a week recently, and I'm truly impressed the way you all are taking the webinars and just mentoring the mentors, like teaching the mentors. It's really, first of all, I'm really impressed with the topic you have, the mentoring the mentor, and even your certificates are very well designed. And I really appreciate the way you all are conducting this wonderful platform for the teachers. Truly impressed by you, ma'am. Really, the way you speak, the way you narrate, the way you guide us, so inspiring. And definitely would love to attend all the upcoming webinars that you all are going to conduct. Thank you
so much, ma'am. Actually, you see, I always say appreciation motivates us and even increases something on my part as well. Like, yes, there is so much that is being expected by the educators and I have to do my level best. So we always keep on learning and exploring, and I'm there. I want to reach each and every teacher. Like those, I see there are some teachers who even they are unaware. They do not know, like they think like there is no need to learn anything. There you must also be knowing, like there are some teachers, they say, okay, we have done our graduation, we are B.Ed now, maybe JBT, ETT, whatever they have done. They think like that is okay. And now just we have to teach whatever is there in the book. They think there is no need to learn. So I want to reach those teachers also, ki let me at least teach them, like we have to do something for our students community. And when we talk about students are they are the future leaders. So what are we doing? We have to do our level best. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful feedback. So if there any teacher who wants to ask any question, please do go ahead. And if you have any suggestions, please do share that also. They are really very important for us to like keep on improvising, keep on adding something new for all of you.
गुड इवनिंग मैम.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
मैम मैं हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ?
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल बोल सकते हैं. इवन मैंने अभी कुछ दिन पहले हिंदी में सेशन भी कंडक्ट किया. कल मैंने पंजाबी में सेशन भी कंडक्ट किया है. इसके अलावा मुझे कोई और लैंग्वेज आती नहीं है. सो आई मीन टू से, बट जैसे जो भी आपको समझ में है, जैसे भी, यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम.
जी 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 मैम, मैं एक चीज जानना चाह रहा था कि मैम यहाँ से हमको सर्टिफिकेट कैसे हम डाउनलोड करेंगे, हमें कैसे मिलेगा?
मैं आपको बताती हूँ, ये सबसे पहले तो मैं आप सबसे हाथ जोड़ के क्षमा चाहती हूँ। वो कंटिन्यूसली हर रोज 2-2 सेशन मेरे हो रहे थे। आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू क्रिएट द सर्टिफिकेट्स, बट मेरे पास फीडबैक फॉर्म आपके सारे आ गए हैं। DIQ के हैं, MTV के हैं, और अभी जो हमारा कल सेशन हुआ था उसके हैं। सो आज का सेशन आपको सारे सर्टिफिकेट्स मिल जाएंगे। मेरे फ्रीक्वेंटली सेशन हो रहे थे, आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू चेक विद दैट। तो आपको आपकी ईमेल आईडी पर अभी जो मैं आपको फीडबैक फॉर्म दूंगी, आप उस फीडबैक फॉर्म को भर लीजिएगा। तो आप उसमें जो ईमेल आईडी लिखेंगे, आपको उस ईमेल पर आपका सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा।
जी मैम, तो मैम ये फीडबैक फॉर्म मुझे मिलेगा कहाँ पर मैम?
अभी दिखाऊंगी आपको स्क्रीन पर, उस फीडबैक फॉर्म का आप लिंक ले लीजिएगा, तो आप उसमें भर सकते हैं।
जी 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 मैम, हम सोचे कि ग्रुप में मिलेगा ना क्या, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप जो है उस पे मिलेगा ना क्या?
सर एक्चुअली क्या है, मैं आपको बता देती हूँ। व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में जो है, एक एक ग्रुप में 200-200 टीचर हैं, 3 ग्रुप हैं, 600 टीचर हैं। आपके सामने अगर कितने टीचर्स ने अटेंड किया है? 30-35, ठीक
जी
है।
मैम,
तो
जी
फिर
मैम,
वो
जी
जब
मैम।
मैं ग्रुप में फॉर्म भेजती हूँ, वो सारे के सारे 600 जने फॉर्म भर देते हैं।
ओ
तो
हाँ हाँ
उसका
हाँ।
कोई फायदा नहीं है ना सर। जिसने अटेंड
जी
किया है,
जी
जिसने सीखा है, उसी को सर्टिफिकेट मिलना चाहिए। सर्टिफिकेट की वैल्यू क्या रहेगी फिर?
जी मैम, जी मैम, जी मैम,
जी
जी मैम, इसके लिए क्षमा चाहते हैं। ये चीज और अच्छा हो गया। और आपका सेशन सच में मैम बहुत ही प्रभावशाली रहता है, हम लोगों के लिए काफी फायदे कारक है। हम लोग बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं, कैसे कैसे नया नया टूल्स को यूज किया जाए, कैसे बच्चे को मोटिवेट किया जाए। मैम हम लोग बहुत कृतज्ञ हैं, आपसे बहुत कुछ सीखने के लिए मिला। आपको कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद मैम।
नहीं सर, देखिए, आपको अच्छा लगा, आप बच्चों को अच्छे तरीके से आप अपना इनोवेशन करके पढ़ा सकें, और क्या चाहिए? देखो, हम सारे
जी
एक ही
जी जी
कम्युनिटी को बिलोंग करते हैं, है ना?
जी
टीचर्स
जी
हैं,
जी मैम,
राइट? सो
जी
वी हैव
मैम,
हेल्प ईच अदर। ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है सर। आपने, आपके शब्द ही मेरे लिए बहुत बढ़िया है कि आप उसको यूज कर रहे हैं। आप उसको यूज करके अगर अपनी लर्निंग मेरे साथ शेयर करेंगे, अपनी क्लास की पिक्चर भी,
अवश्य
तो वो बहुत ही
अवश्य
अच्छा
मैम,
लगेगा मुझे।
मैं जरूर करूंगा
हल
मैम। लेकिन हमारी हमारी एक परेशानी है, हम जिस राज्य में रह रहे हैं और जिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, जिस
हाँ
जिले में,
जी।
यहाँ पर
जी।
लॉकडाउन चल रहा है और हमारे यहाँ स्कूल पूरी तरह से बंद है।
हम्म।
तो हम अभी तक फिजिकली बच्चे को क्लास ले नहीं पा रहे हैं, हम लोग ऑनलाइन ले रहे हैं।
ऑनलाइन तो
उसमें
हम भी ले रहे हैं सर, सारे जाने ऑनलाइन ही ले रहे हैं। आप ये सारी चीजें ऑनलाइन पर भी यूज करिए, इसीलिए
नहीं
आपको
नहीं,
इतने
ऑनलाइन
सारे
में ही कर
डिजिटल
रहे हैं
टूल्स
बहुत से
बताए।
टूल्स को।
जी
4WS जो है वो, सिंपल, ये सब का यूज कर रहे हैं, उसमें बच्चे लोग को
जी
बता रहे हैं, सिखा रहे हैं।
जी
जी मैम।
जी, बहुत अच्छे,
ह-
बहुत अच्छे।
Hello,
जी जी
ma'am.
जी, बहुत बहुत
हाँ जी,
धन्यवाद
हाँ
मैम।
जी, सुहाश्री
Hello,
मैम।
ma'am.
यस प्लीज।
Yes. Ma'am, probably this is the first time I would be ever talking to you, but I have been attending your sessions so far, but didn't get the opportunity to speak to you in person, like over online, of course, on screen. I must say that you have taken a humongous task. It's a humongous task to do so much of sessions, to impart so much of wisdom and knowledge to all the teachers. Kudos to you. God bless you. Thank you for giving us so much of knowledge, and giving us so much of knowledge and digitals on everything. I think all the teaching learning aspects. So thank you so much. May God bless you. And we will also definitely share our teaching skills whenever we are, I think we will be able or skilled enough to present before people or
Thank you
teachers
so much,
community.
ma'am. Your
Thank you
words
so
matter a
much.
lot. And even let me tell you, in the coming days, we are coming up with wonderful and other tools. Even maybe most of us, I'm including myself also, those tools are new to me too. The one who keeps on exploring, even I am not aware about those tools that we can go ahead in our classes and make our classes innovative, engaging. You see, and we will be coming up with sustainable development integration curriculum planning as well. That would certainly be not to be, you see, missed session. Amazing session it
Absolutely
would be.
not. We shall definitely join. We shall be joining.
Thank you, Suhashri ma'am, for your wonderful
Thank you.
words.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, anyone who wants to ask any question, otherwise in the meanwhile, you may please carry on with your questions. I will be sharing the feedback form link with you all. So just a minute.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
How are you, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm doing pretty well.
So happy to talk to you, and I'm very glad to inform you that I never expressed and I never speak to you on this online mode, but regularly we attend your sessions, and you just paved the path for us, for the teachers, for exploring all these online learning tools, which is making children so interesting. As you said that, definitely I'll be sharing the pics of that, screenshots of that.
Yes.
Like quizzes, I have started with my children. They were so excited and so happy with that. Uh, Thankful to you. As you just paved the way, I started exploring not only in your sessions but also personally, just making a trial on that particular apps, and it's working so well. Thank you so much for this. For this, your what I can say is, you have initiated this one, and this is going very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, all of you, I am just going to share the link with you all on a Word file. Please do take a snapshot. I'll be sharing the screen with you. You'll be able to see tinyurl.com/mtmjuly5. So all of you, all the feedback forms, whenever I'll be sharing, they will begin with tinyurl.com, followed by MTM. And then now it is July 5. Let me take snapshot. And here I would like to request, while giving the feedback, I have already added these questions in your feedback form. Please do, I mean, that is good for you also. Even you may ask your students, like whenever they are sharing any kind of feedback, they should include that particular thing. What happened exactly, right? I mean to say, when we had this meeting, what happened? What did we discuss? What was the topic? What went well, right? And what went better than expected? Maybe you have not expected that thing, and while reading the topic, tools and techniques of teaching, maybe you are thinking something else and you have got something better. Please do add that. And what did not go well? This would be very good for me if you will be sharing what did not go well. That will help me improve my upcoming sessions, right? And here it is, you please do use this for your students as well. What you learned about this is about, you see, me as well. I mean to say, what did I understand about you, your expectations? This I'll be writing. And what did you learn about, I learned about as a mentor? This is about me. What did I learn? So these kind of questions, answers, please do increase, add on over there. And that would be wonderful if you will keep on sharing your detailed feedback with me. And if there are no more questions, we can call off today's meeting, today's session. And looking forward to you, if you can make for 7:30 p.m. and you can come for that session. I mean, we'll be having something on constructivism in pedagogy, and you can come up with your queries as well. Please pen down your queries and you may ask your queries. We can have that Q&A followed by her discussion and all on constructivism. Yeah. So shall I call off the meeting?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody,
ma'am.
thank you. Have a nice day. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.